It has taken me a little while to finally hit the record button on this. My family has been encouraging me to start YouTube, so that's one thing on my 2025 bucket list that I'm going to start here today. Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Travel Tales with Mom. This is going to be adventures with me and my family, and I have a big family. I have a family of 6, so I have to budget. One place that I have absolutely loved visiting with my family is Disney World, and if you've been before or looked at planning a trip, you know that this can be pretty pricey and add up pretty quickly. So to kick off our first channel, we are going to talk about which Disney park is best for you. If you're planning a once-in-a-lifetime Disney trip, you probably want to do all 4 parks, but if you've gone one time and you didn't get to try all the parks out, you might want to plan little budget trips here and there so that you can experience some else of the magic and not have to cram it all. There are 4 theme parks inside of Disney World that you can go to. There is Magic Kingdom, there is Animal Kingdom, there is Epcot, and there is Hollywood Studios. And you want to pick which park you're going to depending on what the ages are of the people in your party, because not all parks. Let me just preference by saying that Disney World is 110% themed around children and seeing through a child's eye, so everything is child friendly, human friendly, adult friendly. It's just a really magical place where everybody can feel accepted and just be a little bit more innocent, if you will. So I'm going to give you tips on which park to choose if you are going on a Walt Disney World trip, depending on the ages of the people in your party. I have categorized all 4 parks on what is best for adults, what is best for older kids, and what is best for littles in each park, and which one I would recommend for your party. What's my experience on this to be speaking of this? Well, my kids range in ages to 13 to 3, so I kind of have to juggle a lot of different interests when I'm planning our Walt Disney trips, and also I've gone just by myself, and it's really fun for just adults to go to. Let's kick it off with Epcot. Epcot is by far my favorite theme park in all of Disney World, but it definitely wasn't a favorite when I was little, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a ton of stuff for your kids to do. This is going to be recommendations for kiddos that are 5 and under. If you have a little girl who is really into Disney princesses, this is definitely something that you are going to want to check out. There is the Frozen theme ride, and then there is also meet and greet with Elsa and Anna, which is hard to find in Disney parks. There's not another one. You just have to go to Epcot for it. They are in the parade at Magic Kingdom, for what I have heard, but I still have to verify that. So let me know in the comments below if you know that this is something that happens, because I need to know so I don't have to buy a separate ticket to Epcot just for this. Anyway, then there is also Remy's ride, which is the Ratatouille ride, and this is one for all ages, but kiddos love this one as well. It does have 3D glasses that kiddos have to wear, but my littles didn't end up wearing them half the time, and they still absolutely love this ride and really want to go back. So the playgrounds. There is so many fun playgrounds at Epcot, and if you just want to grab something to eat, the kids have already been snacking all day, maybe you want to have a little cocktail, there is so many playgrounds that they can go run, get some energy out on while you just chill and enjoy all of the views. Epcot's also a popular one for preteens or older kids, teenagers, because it has Guardians of the Galaxy, and this is one that has a height requirement, but it is, I would venture to say it's the best ride in Disney World right now, but I might be being a little biased. But preteens, but older kids absolutely love this one. It is a little bit more of a sci-fi thriller type ride, but it is just chef's kiss to Guardians of the Galaxy. Also, Epcot is very like futuristic. There's a lot of science rides behind it, a lot of stuff to experience nature, and if you have a kiddo who is really into science, then they're going to absolutely love Epcot. I personally think that Epcot is for the adults because they have the World Showcase, which has all of the different countries I shouldn't say that nobody loves, like the younger kids do not hate World Showcase. My kids love World Showcase and they can't wait to go back. But for the adults, you can have different cocktails from each country, learn about all the different countries, try food from all the different countries, and it's pretty popular with adults. Often you will see bachelor parties, you will see family reunions, people with a bunch of matching shirts on the weekend. It is a really popular place for adults to celebrate and have fun. But it's definitely still appropriate. Like if you want to take your kids there in the evening, it doesn't get super rowdy. There might be a few people that are like sketchy, but that's everywhere, I feel like. Living with the Land is also a very chill ride, but it is also super nice to enjoy if you are an adult and you cannot stand the Florida heat and you need a little bit of cooling off. I recommend going here and just riding around on Living with the Land. It is probably the most relaxing ride, I would say, in Disney World. Small World is not. It's kind of the same concept of a boat, but it's just way less stimulating. So I recommend to book Epcot if you are going on a Disney trip with adults. It's gotta be done. I have to refrain myself from not booking it for every single trip I go on. Next is Magic Kingdom. If you're somebody who likes to enjoy a cocktail in the theme parks, Magic Kingdom is going to be the only one that you cannot have open alcohol in the theme park. Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, you can go to some walk-up windows and buy an alcoholic beverage and walk around with it. But Magic Kingdom is the only one that you cannot, which I feel is very appropriate. You can go to the restaurants and have a drink, but you're gonna have to grab yourself a Dole Whip on your stroll instead. But for the adults that don't like to ride rides, I would say Magic Kingdom is going to be your place to go. There is tons of room to sit and people watch and just relax, and this is just the theme park that is going to have the most rides for people of all ages, so it's really, you can't hit or miss depending on the age of the kids or party you go with to Magic Kingdom. For older kids and preteens and teenagers, it is a slam dunk. You have Tron, you have Big Thunder Mountain, you have Space Mountain, you have Mine Train, you have, which was Splash Mountain, but now it is Tiana's Bayou. So many thrill rides that are going to be so much fun for your kiddos. And you don't have to necessarily ride them if you're somebody who doesn't love to ride the rides with your kids. If you're not big on roller coasters, you can guarantee that your kids are going to have a good time with all of these different options that you have at Magic Kingdom. But I would say that overall, Magic Kingdom is going to be the best for your littles, that is 5 and under. It has Fantasyland, which has a ton of rides for kids, and like I said before, Magic Kingdom has the most rides that don't have a height requirement, so you're going to get the best for your money there, which is also probably why the Magic Kingdom tickets are just slightly higher, because you can just get more out of it. Also, they have Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which is somewhere that you can dress your prince or princess up. It's going to be the place that you are going to have the most character meet and greets. And of course, they have the parades and the fireworks, which is family friendly for all ages. But for the littles, I definitely say that taking advantage of early entry with Fantasyland is the way to go. Take a break halfway through the day and then head back for some of those more chiller rides. So Magic Kingdom is definitely going to be the park you're going to want to go to if you have littles. Next up is Hollywood Studios, and for the littles, there is so much for them to do. They have Toy Story Land, which has a bunch of fun Toy Story themed rides. There's lots of food, there's character meet and greets, and then also a Disney Junior section where you can go to a live show, you can do character meet and greets. Also, they're going to be adding on a Monsters Inc. land, which I think will incorporate more things for the littles, because overall I feel like Hollywood Studios is a park for older kids, for teenagers, for adults, because they have a huge Star Wars land. So if your kiddo is really into Star Wars or you're really into Star Wars, you will absolutely love this. The layout of the whole Star Wars land is impeccable, and it really feels like you're immersed in a different world. So there isn't a ton for the littles to do, but there's a lot for the older kids to do. There is the really big roller coasters like Tower of Terror. There is Rock'n' Roller Coaster. which both have higher height requirements. And Hollywood Studios is a wonderful park for adults too, because they have a place called Olga Canteens in Star Wars Land where you can get some cocktails, just hang out and relax and enjoy your good company. There is a huge amount of shows. There's the Indiana Jones show, there's Beauty and the Beast, there's Frozen. There is so many shows where you can take advantage of getting out of the heat or just sitting down and relaxing. So overall, I would say Hollywood Studios is definitely good for older kids and up. But like I said, Disney World has something for everybody. So don't count it out completely, but just know that as far as attractions and shows, it's more geared towards the older kids and for adults. The theming is a little bit more like enticing, I feel like, to the older kids too. It's like old Hollywood, really fun. And last on the list is Animal Kingdom. For adults, this is a smaller park, so there's not as much walking. If you don't want to have to walk as much, or you have older people in your party that struggle to walk long distances for long periods of time, Animal Kingdom is going to be your smallest park. For the littles, I just don't feel like there is a ton for the littles to do besides Kilimanjaro safaris and the shows like the Nemo show or the Lion King show. Dino Land has some rides in it, but that's getting taken down. There was a Bugs Life show, which I don't know if it's closed yet, but it can be a little bit scary for some of the little kiddos, so they're taking that away. But I definitely feel like Animal Kingdom is a great park for older kids. There is Cali River Rapids, there is Mount Everest, which all have higher height requirements. There is Avatar Land, which is so cool. Navi River Journey is one that is all height requirements, so anybody can go on that, but Flight of the Passage is a pretty popular one, and this is more for the older kids. I, as an adult, went on this for the first time, and I struggle with like things that get too dizzy, and I felt a little off on this ride. So don't know if I'll be doing that one again, but I can definitely see that older kids and teens would love Flight of Passage, and I think that overall Animal Kingdom is a great park for older kids and teenagers. It's also very immersive, like all Disney parks are, but there's also like animal conservations that you can see. There is just a ton of things for everybody to do, but as far as the older kids, definitely got to check out Animal Kingdom. Alright guys, that is simply my opinion. I could be being biased because this is just what I've experienced in my life and going with people of all different ages, but I hope that this helps you plan out your next Disney trip and get a better idea of some things that are going to be worth your money. And I just can't wait to share our travel adventures along the way, and definitely budgeting tips because it's important when you do something like traveling. Bye!